Musashi says, for whatever reason you've been chosen to be a warrior, you must understand your responsibility to the art and to yourself. They are one and the same. Today we're going to be doing 12 solo jiu-jitsu drills that you can do with a shield or a heavy bag or even an extremely firm pillow. And I'm even going to show you the practical application of what that would look like with a training partner. We're going to start with a warm-up on the ground. Here we're going to be rolling like a ball, massaging the spine, keeping the chin tucked towards the chest, and try to keep your knees towards your chin. Let's take it the next step further. We're going to roll back like a ball. Bring your feet towards the floor. Definitely don't touch if you have any cervical problems. And then we're folding in half, lengthening the hamstrings, bringing the hands towards the feet. The goal is to not round your back. Try to bend from your lower back and not round your shoulders. Now we're going to continue on the ground with some hip opening exercises called the S position. Try to keep your hands up off the floor if you can. And think of your legs like windshield wipers on a car. The feet touch the floor, and then the legs, the knees pivot, the hips pivot. To deepen the stretch, we roll forward, placing your forehead towards the mat or the floor. Try to fold at your waist and not round your upper back. In this third variation, we do the same thing where we windshield wiper the legs, and then we increase our spinal rotation, bringing our elbow to the outside of our closest leg. And we drop it down towards the floor, enhancing that spinal rotation. So now that we're warmed up, we're going to move on to working with the shield. This first set of 3 different skills helps simulate passing somebody's legs or guard passing. We're going to post the hands on the shield, and we're going to rock our hips back and forth. Notice how the head stays up and the feet are aligned. Next one, we drop down to our elbows. It creates a really good workout, strengthens the shoulders, and it's a lot more like jiu-jitsu or a little bit further down towards the floor. Third one, we plant the head on the shield, popping the hips back and forth. There's barely any weight on my head. Most of it's in my hands and my shoulders, just making a base to pop the legs up off the floor. I've been doing reps of 10. You can do more or less, whatever suits you. Now we're going to work on more cardio. This is that philosophy of flooding in, where you're 100% committed and you're creating a bit of a bewilderment for your training partner. So you're standing, you're flying in, and then you're moving back out. It's more dynamic, it's a lot harder, and let me tell you, it is a seriously good workout. So here we are with the hands posted, popping the hips back and forth, and then up. I'm catching my breath right now because I'm out of breath. It's so hard. Second one, we're going to dive in. We're going to place the forearms on the shield, pop the hips back and forth, and stand back up. Again, I'm doing reps of 10. This is my third one here with the forearms. And 4. Nice job. Keep going. This third one requires a little bit more of a commitment and a little bit more courage. Plant the hands on the shield, bend the elbows, lightly drop your head towards the shield, and then kick over. It's basically a cartwheel on your head. If I had any neck problems or serious fear about it, I would keep the head planted and not go for this more dynamic one, and then just move the legs back and forth. Now that we've passed their guard, we're going to look at some positions on the ground. We're going to start in what's considered side control. Left knee by the shoulder, right knee by your training partner's hip, left arm under the head, right arm under their arm. So side control is a great position, but sometimes we need to be more dynamic and see what's going on around us. If it's a self-defense situation and there are multiple people, we don't want to be so low. So this is a good one, going from side control to knee on belly. Here we post the hands either on the mat or the back of the shield, and we pop up. The knee goes towards the middle of the shield, would be the training partner's abdomen, and then the left foot posts out wide. So here I am doing it with my training partner, my 12-year-old daughter, who's been training since she's 4, and she's used to this, but this is the variation. So you can get a really good simulation of this using just that kick shield, and you can get a lot more reps in as well. I'm going to show it again here from another angle, but this is a good time for you to get your reps in or work the other side. Now we're going to look at a movement drill that simulates putting a lot of pressure on someone's diaphragm. This is great because you can put a lot of pressure on the shield and you can work your mobility. From here, I'm going to start with the knee on belly, the left knee on belly. The right leg swings over, the right ear goes towards the bottom of the shield. Left leg is light, comes to the top, and then I just do a backward roll to kick out. So left knee, right leg swings, right ear, left leg light, left leg over the top, and back around. I know when I'm training with my professor, he puts a lot of diaphragmatic pressure, and it's pretty debilitating. So it's good to work this position again and again without having the fear of like hurting your training partner or and just getting your reps in. So let's look at the practical application of this. In reality, you'd be starting probably in the mount, sliding up to the top mount, high mount, and then the right knee bends, right ear towards their feet, left leg light over the head, and then you can set up the Jujigatami, the arm bar. Let's look at it again from mount, knee slides up, high mount, right knee under their elbow, right ear by their foot, left leg over the head, capture the wrist, and finishing up the arm bar. So that would be a good practical application. I'm going to show it to you like we did in the drill. Because it's a little hard to go from mount to high mount on a shield, I decided to work with knee on belly because it makes it a little bit more easy. So we pop up knee on belly, and then we slide the leg, looking for the arm because there wouldn't be one on the shield, and we have the finish. So I'm going to do 10 reps from this angle. It's a good time if you'd like to practice the other side or stick to the same side and get your reps in. This next technique is to enhance our ability to backstep. It's a really good option if you need to get to somebody's opposite side or just get your legs out of there. So we're going to start in side control, pop up to knee on belly, and then we're going to backstep your top leg and come to the other side. I find this technique really helpful and I use it a lot. Here it is, working with my training partner, posting the hands on the floor, popping up, and then stepping back and over.
Okay, you got it?
This is a good drill to both strengthen the shoulders and practice keeping your hips close to the ground. So in this one, it's simulating placing your forearm between your training partner's shoulder blades if you were on the top side turtle. And we're looking to move without giving up our good position. So we're replacing our forearm one to the other, and we're using our hips to swivel back and forth. Notice that the hips are facing forward, and then they move towards the mat and then back to the opposite direction. So it's really very strengthening. Just make sure that your elbow stays below your shoulder so that you don't tweak your shoulder. So if you notice, the elbow and the shoulder are in a straight line. In fighting, it is always best to go straight in, always go straight in with utter resolve, regardless of the situation. I'd like to use that energy in this drill here, where you drive in and you commit to the technique, and then you get out just as quickly as you came in. Here we're doing the same kind of drill. We're moving in quickly, passing the guard, and now we transition to the mount and then move up and out. In the words of the legendary samurai Miyamoto Musashi, everything emanates from a central core. This is true of all things, regardless of their appearance. That is why it is said that you emphasize everything you do from the middle of your heart. An attack of any kind must originate from the center of the warrior and go directly to the center of the enemy. Regardless of combat circumstances, you must always remain calm. Calmness is maintained through meditation and belief in your own skills. Thank you for watching.